In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Comica CVM VM20 microphone. We're going to be doing some tests to hear what it sounds like indoors and outdoors. We'll also compare it to the popular Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, which I use 99% of the time. Then we're going to have a look at the features and what it comes with when you buy one of these microphones. So if you're thinking about getting this microphone, or you're wondering whether or not you should save up for something a little bit more expensive, then this video will certainly help with your decision. Now, my background is actually music, so I've got experience with music production. I've tested loads of different microphones, so I've got a pretty good idea of what sounds good when it comes to audio. Now, before we have a look at this microphone, it's worth pointing out that Comica did send me this microphone free of charge, but I'm under no obligation to say anything specifically, so all of my opinions within this video are 100% honest, based on the tests that I carried out myself. Right, and with all that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Now, currently this microphone comes in at less than half the price of the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, which I think is an absolute steal. And for that, you get a case, and if you watched my channel before, you'll know that I love a dedicated case, and this is a great one because it's got a hard shell, or semi-hard shell. It's rugged, and inside you've got a cut-out foam section there to keep the microphone and the accessories in nice and sturdy and safe. And then you've also got this little elastic mesh bit that you can put your cables in, along with the other accessories as well. You get a shock mount which removes vibrations or any of that low end rumble when you're moving your camera about, a TRS cable for plugging it straight into your camera, a TRRS cable for plugging it into your phone as well, which is really good. Some options there if you like recording video with your phone. But if you use iPhone, you'll have to purchase the lightning cable adapter so that the jack fits into your phone, you know what I mean. USB-C charging cable, which we'll talk about in a bit, a foam windshield and a fluffy windshield as well, which is a bit strange because rather than it being like the normal windshields that you get that just slide straight on, this is more like a pouch. Look at that. Or roadkill. It's like a little mouse or something that's been flattened. Sorry, this is not nice. But anyway, back to the serious bits. It's more like a pouch, so you can't put this straight onto the microphone. Even if you tighten this little string pull bit, it's not very secure. So you have to put the foam windshield on first and then put this on top. That's not great if you ask me. Not a fan of this bit. So the microphone features a built-in rechargeable battery, which is great. I love the fact that you don't have to put actual batteries in these microphones. So you can charge it via USB-C, which is what we're all using at the moment. And you can actually charge this microphone while in use, so that's an amazing feature. Great for streamers and gamers and anybody that records for long periods of time. It also features a battery indicator display, and that's amazing to know how much battery you've got left. The microphone uses a supercardioid polar pickup pattern, so that's going to pick up sound mainly in front of the microphone and a little bit behind. Now you've also got a 75 dB and 150 dB low cut filter option on this microphone, which is great for cutting out that wind noise if you're filming outside, or if you film into a corner of a room, for example. It's going to pick up a load of low-end frequencies that you want to get rid of. Now, if you're outside and use this microphone in the wind and you've got the low-cut filter on, it does make your voice sound a little bit thin and tinny, but that's always the case because you're getting rid of that low end, and that's what you've just got to weigh up. You're compensating for getting rid of that wind noise and rumble, and it's always going to alter the sound of your voice slightly. You can't have best of both. Advice there is don't vlog outside on a windy day, or find some shelter at least. I like this gain control knob on the back of the microphone. I think that's really smooth, nice design. However, you've just got to be careful when you're placing the microphone not to move it, because it's easy. Although it's nice and smooth, it's quite easy to nudge and change your volume. But I will say that the increments are quite good because you've got a really good range there. It's all the way, it's almost 360 degrees, so you can make really fine adjustments to the gain input. I like it. And then finally, the on-off switch. This is my only gripe with this microphone so far. You have to remember to switch it on and off before and after using it. Now that's one thing that the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus has over this microphone. It's probably worth that extra money just to have that feature. Having said that, my advice would be that this isn't a vlogging microphone, because when you're vlogging you want to switch your camera on really fast and be able to record instantly and not have to worry about things like switching your microphone on. That's why the Rode Micro is great, and that's why the Mic Pro Plus is great. But with something like this, it's perfect for indoors, because if you're doing a video like this, for example, you would always check your audio first anyway. So it's not a problem that you just have to switch one more thing on. So it's not a deal breaker. Bear that in mind. I'm just letting you know that if you want to use this for a vlogging microphone, it's probably not the best option. Right, so there are all the features and the accessories. Let's have a listen to what this microphone sounds like. So this is a microphone test using the Comica VM20 microphone, and I'm outside because I wanted to see what it sounded like in an outdoor environment basically, and see how it handles the wind. It is quite windy today actually, so it's probably a good test. At the moment I've got the foam wind filter on, so we'll see how well that handles blocking out the wind. But what I want to do as well is test the low cut filter. So now I've switched to the 75 dB filter, and we'll see what that sounds like. It should be blocking out some of that wind. And now this is the 150 dB filter, so we'll see what that sounds like. It's not crazy windy, and I'm in the shelter at the moment between these buildings. But if I go a little bit faster on the one wheel, picking up a bit of that wind, this is what it sounds like. It should do a good job of taking out some of that wind noise. And this is without the filter switched on, so it's just flat EQ on the microphone right now. A lot of wind, so we'll see what they sound like. Now I've got the fluffy wind filter on at the moment, so that should make a huge difference to the wind noise. So it's the fluffy wind filter as well as the minus 150 dB cut filter. So should be a big difference. Why does it feel really weird on this? This is a microphone test using the Comica VM20 microphone. It's roughly 6 to 8 inches away from me, just out of shot, and this is what it sounds like. And this is a microphone test using the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus microphone. Again, same distance away from me, roughly 6 to 8 inches, and just out of the frame. And this is what it sounds like. So this is the Comica VM20 microphone without using any presets. This is what it sounds like. As you can probably hear, it's really flat. It's a good bass to start from. And this is what it sounds like with the presets applied. It's really natural. And I've made no tweaks whatsoever. I've just applied one of my presets from my preset pack, and that's it. Nothing else. I've just tweaked the volume to match the music and everything else in this video, and that's it. But super clean. And this is what the Rode microphone sounds like without any presets applied. You can probably tell a bit of a difference because the Rode seems to have more of a high mid hump in the frequency. But anyway, it does, and it's not as clean to my ears. And this is what the Rode sounds like with the presets applied. So there's a big difference, but still I prefer the Comica microphone because it just seems to be a more flat EQ response, and it's just more pleasing. Now personally, I really love the sound of this microphone, especially when you compare it to the Rode. It's just so much more natural sounding, and there's less to do in post because the frequency response, in my opinion, is a lot nicer. There's less of that high mid frequency coming through, and it's just so pleasing. I'm absolutely blown away with this microphone, especially for the price. Normally a microphone at this price would have a really thin sound to it, and they're not very nice at all, so that's what I was expecting. But this is going to become my studio microphone. It's going to live on my little camera setup here. And I'm really excited actually, because I feel like with this microphone, and I wouldn't think I would say this, but it's going to take over the Rode, and to have this set up on here full time seems like the perfect setup to me. Right, at the moment I've got a boom arm attached to my tripod arm lever thing, but because of the distance away from the camera, I'm actually using an extension cable. Sometimes I use the Rode Wireless Go system because you're really far away from the microphone. To save having cables trailing everywhere, it's just easier to use the wireless system. But I used that first, and what I noticed was there was a real high-pitched ringing. It was only faint, but it was there. This is the minus 75 dB filter on. So see if that makes any difference. Should roll some of the low end off, but only a smidge. We might not be able to tell the difference just in here. But I did a couple of tests and I turned the volume of the transmitter down on the Rode Wireless Go system onto notch 1. There's only 3 notches. And then it got rid of that. So thankfully that worked, and I still had plenty of volume left on the microphone itself and the camera input. So not an issue, just telling you to be mindful of it. But as I say, problem solved in the end. Yeah, I'm really excited about this microphone becoming my go-to studio setup microphone. Before you go, I just want to show you my new idea that I've had for setting up my microphone. In my room, I've got my light stand over there next to the tripod that my camera's on. Then I had to set up another boom stand for the microphone. So there's loads, and I haven't got much space in here at all. So there's loads of stuff going on, and it was just getting a bit claustrophobic. So I thought, why don't I just move my tripod arm up to the top and then use a clamp on that to mount my microphone, and I can just move that in and out of frame. So here we go, look. So I can just move this in and out now wherever I like, and just tighten that up. Just move it out of shot when I need to, and that's it. So simple. I've freed up space where a stand would be to do other activities. I'm actually using a small rig magic arm, and then also ball joint thing that I got with the Falcon Eyes light, but small rig do one as well. It's here, it's the same thing. The small rig one's just a little bit smaller, but it still does the same job. So, and you can get longer magic arms. Again, I'll link all this stuff down below in the description so you can go and check it out and have a look for yourself. Great space saving idea if you want to give it a go. Now, if you want to level up your audio quality even further, I have audio preset packs available on my website for a variety of microphones, cameras, and different applications. They're also available for both Final Cut Pro users as well as Premiere Pro users, so there's something for everybody. And I'll put a link below in the description so you can have a look at those. Let me know in the comments down below what microphone you're currently using. I love to know what gear everyone's using, and it's good to share that as well with everyone else that's watching. Click the thumbs up if you like this video, or the thumbs down if you didn't. Share it with anyone you think might benefit from watching this. And don't forget to subscribe for more gear reviews, tutorials, and much more. There's plenty of exciting stuff coming on the channel, so make sure that you hit the bell icon so that you don't miss anything. And all that's left for me to say is thanks so much for watching, and have a great week. And I'll see you in the next one.